Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm doing a dance because I have a great idea for a video. This one is going to be the best places to buy and an Earth 2 update thing. So before we get started, I just wanted to let you all know that I do not get all of the comments in my notifications. I don't know why. So if you comment and I don't see it, if it's on an older video, I swear I try and look for them. Sometimes, again, I don't get the notification. So comment again or comment on a newer video. Just let me know. Again, everything down below. Patreon referral code, for the love of God. Smash the like button and use the referral code so that I can continue making these videos because it does mean a lot. Link to Twitter and everything. Also, shout out to my friend Steve. I found out that Steve is Aria Realty, one of the best Americans in this game right now. He gave me a shout out with my luscious lock, so link to his page down below. Now, let's get right into it. Countries like Saudi Arabia and a lot of countries in the Middle East are still unavailable. Apparently, Dubai was available for some time before they had to put a stop to it. So Saudi Arabia, that is going to be one of the pinnacle places. Sorry, hair in my mouth. It's going to be one of the pinnacle places to buy, just because you're going to have a lot of Saudi Arabian royalty. You're going to have a lot of people there. And it's a relatively large country compared to others in the Middle East. There's obviously, if they're going to spawn oil in the game, Saudi Arabia is probably going to be one of those countries. Many of it, probably Venezuela, Antarctica, maybe even Alaska in the U.S., but Saudi Arabia in general is going to have a higher tier value just because there's going to be so many people buying it. So I'll keep you guys updated when that's out. For those of you that don't know, tiles in this country do, class tiles in any country do affect resale value. It's not just tax. Obviously, you have class 1 taxes that have give you the most income tax when other people buy in your area. Class 2 gives you a little less, class 3 a little less, and class 4 doesn't give you any income tax, but you can still do anything on class 4 land that you can on class 1. However, as far as class 1 land goes, especially in countries that have bigger land mass, class 1 tiles give the most tax, and what you're looking at is, I feel like class 3 in America is going to be a better value for you than class 1 in, let's say, Kuwait, because Kuwait is just a small country. I bought some land in Kuwait just because I was stationed there. I just want to be able to either relive memories or just make the flight line into something else, make the silver bullet, which is, if anyone knows military food, generally not that good. So I want to make it into a kind of fine dining area, especially for the troops that go there. No one's probably going to go to Ali Al Salem Air Base if they weren't in the military. They're probably not going to be like, oh, what is this? But for others that have gone there, I want to kind of recreate the experience. But anyway, why I say that class 3 in America or any other country with a huge landmass is better than a class 1 in Kuwait is just because Kuwait is so small that there's probably not as much land to buy as anywhere else. And once a country has its 100,000th tile bought, it becomes class 2. So whether it's giant country like Greenland or small country like Iceland, Iceland might not even have 100,000 tiles, but it's the same for every country in the world that is going to have that many tiles. So any country that has only 90,000 tiles won't have any class 2, and you won't get any tax revenue after the last tile is bought. Now, tax revenue might be something later in the game where if things are purchased, or it might be the same as ad revenue. We don't know yet, but right now that's all the class 1 and class 2 tiles get us. That's why my last few purchases have been in Antarctica. The class 1, they're very, very cheap, 13 cents a tile. There's lots of land there. South Africa as well. South Africa is still class 1, but it is like 17, 18 cents a tile. So that's getting close to class 2. Probably by the end of this week or into next week, it'll be class 2. But again, it's a relatively bigger country if we're comparing it to places like places in Europe, countries like that, which they'll be a lot more popular as far as tourist attractions, but there's just not as many places to buy. Now, Brazil and India are all places I've bought before, but they are all class 2 now. Now, does that mean I will stop buying them? No, because again, they could get through class 2 and class 3 and still have lots of tiles to go around for people that want to build up there, especially if the Amazon's going to spawn lots of resources. That's going to be huge. And India, just because there's so many people, there's 1 billion people in India, and the GDP of India is a lot more than Brazil. And people are probably thinking that India, well, it's kind of a third world country. Well, it's really starting to be or act more like a first world country. just because there's a lot of pollution. There's a lot of poor people there. Barely any of them have cars, but just because that they've been doing a lot of, they went through the phase of, hey, let this country outsource here. They get paid the pennies a day. The wages start to increase. Money starts to flow into those areas, and they start to generate a lot more money. And a lot of people, especially China, are buying land in there, like houses and stuff, because it's so cheap. And there's eventually, because it's an emerging market, it's going to go through the roof. I think the same thing for this game. You're going to have that in there. Brazil, again, I'm buying mostly Brazil, mostly two different parts. One, because of that water party I plan to have, and two, because just the large landmass area in the Amazon rainforest. If there are animals, I do want to make a preserve, because I want to definitely have those. It's going to be, for me, it's going to be similar to, if anyone remembers, the Pokedex entry for Lapras in the Gen 1 games for Red and Blue and Yellow. It's that saying that there are so few of these Laprases out there that they have been hunted close to extinction. F in the chat for those Laprases. But this one kid, it became a meme, said he would constantly breed Laprases in Gen 2 when you could do breeding, and he would constantly release them for the population, obviously not knowing what he was doing. But then, years later, it was said that because of conservation laws, like what I plan to do in Brazil, is that there's almost an overpopulation. There's a surplus of them now. So in case they code like the different animals are so rare, I want to be able to make it so that they're doing that. USA is now $8.04 a tile. China is getting close to class 3. UK is over $1 a tile. China right now is like 81 cents a tile, something like that. Russia, I think, is in the 50s. So all these classes, like again, South Africa is like 17 cents a tile. I've been buying there, and Antarctica, just because of the larger land masses. Someone asked me before, what's a better buy? Is it Brazil or Germany, or was it South Africa? Yeah, South Africa or Germany. And again, I love Germany. I try to go to Europe every year. Obviously not this year because of the pandemic, but during the previous years after I got out of the military, a lot of my friends are still stationed in Germany at various different bases, a lot of them at Ramstein Air Base. So I go to Europe every year, and Germany is one of my favorite places. But because Germany is smaller relative to South Africa, there's just not as much land mass for them as per South Africa. And again, Germany, I don't know, might be class 2 right now. I'm not 100% sure. But definitely South Africa for me. Again, that's just what I'm doing. So there's not other advice. As far as money goes, as far as withdrawals and everything, again, I will link my friend Steve's most recent video down below so you could see people actually withdrawing money. He's got screenshots and proof of everything. His videos are generally a little bit more high quality. He's got like a full camera. He does edits and stuff. I kind of just get on and ramble. Anyway, guys, I love you all. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I wish you all the best. I'm going to try to post as much as possible. Again, another update later on tonight. So I'll see you all for that. I'll see you all for the Tesla stock update, the Pokemon channel. This channel's going crazy. I love it.